Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. So this morning I'm sitting here and I'm reading and I'm spending time with the Lord, and there's a verse that's running through my head and through my head and through my head. And I try to always share from the proverb that corresponds, the chapter of Proverbs that corresponds with the date. But this one kept running through my head, and it's actually from tomorrow's reading. And I apologize for the messaging. But I've had several conversations in the last year. When I say several, I mean many, many conversations in the last year where people have talked to me about wanting God's blessing in their life, and they want to do this, that, or the other thing to comply with what God wants in their lives. Whether it be to get married, to give to the church, to whatever it is. They want to be in line with God. And I commend everyone every time they want to do that. But they always come to me with the workaround to the thing they want to do for God. So we want to do this thing, but if we do that, it's going to create a problem for us. And so what we want to do is do this that looks like that, and then you can call it what God wants. And so I've had this 4 times in the last year where people have come to me and said, we want you to perform a marriage ceremony in front of God, but we don't want the legal paper. And I get it. I mean, I want them to be married in God's eyes. I really do. But it's every single time it's been a financial reason why they couldn't get married in the legal aspect, but they wanted to be married in God's eyes. They wanted to tell the state they weren't married so they could continue to receive their funds, but they wanted God to bless it. They wanted me to stand as a witness between them and God that they were doing everything right. And I had to tell them no. And it doesn't seem fair, and I know that. But when it comes down to it, it really comes down to, if you're going to trust God to bless you to do, because you're going to do the right thing, then you got to trust God to bless you when you're doing the right thing and it doesn't feel good, or it's not comfortable, or it's not safe. Because that's what it really comes down to, isn't it? It's not about whether you're following the letter of the law. It's about why you're doing it. And if you're doing it because you want to honor God and trust Him in all things, then you need to be doing it because you trust God in all things. If you want to give God your tithe, but you want to pull out for your 401k or whatever, and you want that to be okay, well, first of all, it's not my decision how you give. The story of Ananias and Sapphira is a perfect example of that. But don't come to me and tell me those things and then want me to say you've done it right. It's between you and God. But do you trust God or not? In Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own understanding. Think about Him in all your ways, and He will guide you on the right paths. And I'm reminded of that on every occasion. Now, do I get this right? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't get it right. I still fail miserably at it. So I'm not judging anyone, and I've told every single one of those people, I can't judge you in this, but I also can't participate in it. Now, does that mean I'm not participating in some other area? Probably. I'm just as big of a hypocrite as anyone out there. And I'm letting God work on me in it. And I don't have to like it. But I need to move in it. I need to let God work in me in it. Just like I need to remind you to let God work in you in it. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm going to tell you what the Word says. I will be honest with you when I get it wrong, especially when I recognize I get it wrong. Sometimes I do it wrong and I don't recognize it, and somebody has to point it out. And that's even more painful. But I need that. And the reality is, so do you. So today, as you go out into the world, my question is, are you going to trust Him in everything, or just in the things you want to trust Him in the areas you want His blessing, but in the other areas you feel okay? That's a hard lesson for me to learn, but it might be a lesson that we all need to learn together. I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. God bless.